Well, hello Soviets, welcome back. As you can see, guys, we've rushed through a little bit of our gameplay because we had a huge attack on Moscow. It actually was taken by the Allies, and we just recently taken it back. So there's still a lot of problems going on this front, obviously, dealing with just the annoying enemy forces in this region. Right now, I just want to go ahead and finish them off here near Moscow, and we, of course, want to try to cut them off at any opportunity, because they're cutting us off right now, actually, themselves. So if we could break through and get to the other side, I would feel a lot safer. That being said, it's not going to be enough to stop them. Now, over here to the western front, we are absolutely crushing these armies. And I mean, guys, we've encircled, captured hundreds of soldiers from the Allies. And right here in the center is the culmination of that. We're really just pushing in to finish off the remaining Allied positions here behind our lines. And at that point, I'm going to restructure our lines. The problem is, I don't know specifically how I want to restructure them. One thing is for sure, I'll take Simon Budyonny's army, because he actually is controlling a smaller army than Voroshilov's, and I'm going to go ahead and put him right here on the border. So, as you guys can see, sort of get him tangled up in the enemy army. Do that. And this is actually bringing Voroshilov over. Wait a minute, we don't want to do that, do we? No, we don't. Never mind. Okay, select all. Yeah, we can't send them over. This is why, because of these damn allies. But what I will try to do is make our lines actually a bit shorter, because I think we'll actually do better with smaller lines, considering that we don't exactly have an endless amount of troops here. So let's go ahead and send those guys in, and just try to protect the more important parts of this front, of course. Still cut through enemy lines here to mess with them, but besides that, we'll try to be fairly friendly. As friendly as we can be. We really just want to get to our location here, and taking this factory back is probably a bonus. Let's take a look over here. Okay, so we've, as you can see, look at those allies, they're smashed. We can go ahead and smash them just a little bit more to make sure. And I'm actually going to send some folks north, some troops north, hit Stettin, and maybe cut off the allies over here. So that's my next goal, is to push north and push south with some of our army, and really mess with the Germans. Now, as everybody knows, to win this, we would have to take all of these German cities, Frankfurt, Munich. It's not easy, but we're going to try anyway. So I'm going to cut through here. I'm going to try and see if we can make another break. We've done really well so far, and if we can keep this up, the sky's the limit, honestly. I'm going to hit this Canadian position with everything I have, just because I want to finish it off. I don't want to deal with it anymore. And actually, we could probably move through with these boys too. Cut off these guys in our rear. Not something I like to look forward to. Poznan liberated, of course. Or of Kursk. Get it, guys. Oh, it was the worst joke I've ever made. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and hit this position. Everything we've got. Try to take back this city. Looks like no matter how many times the Allies take Budapest, our allies take it back. It's pretty funny. And now we're going to go ahead and smash these Germans. I can't believe they're over here and not protecting their own fatherland. That is truly despicable. We'll accept the 17 divisions from the French Commune. They might be coming from Africa, so we need to check, because that's where they send a lot of their forces to us. And yeah, look at that. We might even be able to make it to Ploeshti without much of a push. Okay, well, the fight continues. Our Spanish friends, despite the fact that we really wanted them to succeed, are, let's just say, not doing very well. The British have captured Bilbao, and it looks like they're pretty much just thundering through the Spanish lines. So I can't say they're going to do very well here. We have to hope that they can keep fighting and do their absolute best, of course. Take a look over here. Once again, our lines are unbelievable. Look at this. We've taken back a tremendous portion of East Germany. We've taken back all of Poland, or at least all of Poland that we've given to the Poles. Of course, we haven't given them all of it. We've taken chunks for ourselves, but I don't like this unit moving towards Warsaw, so we're actually going to take some of our units, and we're going to cut back, just to make sure that we don't have enemies, tailing us as we move forward here. Everybody on Stettin. Stettin is surprisingly hard to take. definitely weaker. It looks like Harold Alexander is responsible for this madness. A few soldiers from the Chinese, I believe. Yeah, why not? Thanks, Mao. 2 divisions. The Great Mao is reduced to 2 divisions. Got all those British troops that are going to be trapped. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take some of these units. Cut north. We're going to keep cutting north through East Prussia, just basically anywhere where the enemy has any hold behind our lines. We don't want that. It's the last thing I need is the enemy behind our lines. So let's take a look here in Northern Africa. I'm almost certain that we've gotten some troops here. Got a small division here led by Zhukov. I guess I could just keep cutting through the enemy lines. They're probably not going to be seeing this. But moving troops through the desert, yeah, I don't think they can even move. Come on, it's okay. Not that bad once you get going. No, it is. I was lying. Okay, well, so we might be getting our divisions elsewhere. We've got 3 divisions here. Might as well go ahead and smash the United Kingdom out of this area. This would be the Republic of Libya. Yes, it would. And actually, we're getting some decent victories over here. So this is good. We just need to keep cutting enemy lines. We've been doing it all game. Just got to keep up the fight. And even the soldiers of Xinjiang, even though they haven't really helped us in the past very much, they're actually providing a pretty good service here because they're helping us to cut these lines. Alright, these guys I'm going to cut through as well. Same with these guys. This is our only way to save this army. And it looks like the Iranian People's Authority, sorry, the Iraqi People's State is sending us 5 divisions. Why not? Charge through, boys! Leave no prisoners. Well, actually, we need them to build shit, so take them prisoner. I take that order back. Okay, that's unfortunate. The Austrian Soviet Republic has capitulated. So the enemy has taken Austria finally. Austria, of course, was defending Hungary and Romania for quite a while. And unfortunately, they've been pushed back. So, good show by Austria, nonetheless. Really, honestly, good show. But whether or not we can win this one, I don't know. Losing Austria is a big loss. As you can see, they still have a few... Nope, sorry. They've taken Vienna. I apologize. We could start getting some guys on the Austrian front. Yes. We're making a new army. And I'm going to put Kulik in charge of this army. And these guys are going to have to go on the Austrian front. In fact, we'll call it... Select all. We'll call it the Germano-Austrian front, because in reality, or the Czech-Austrian front, because in reality, part of this army is going to be in the Czech Republic. So let's send these guys through. And of course, this is just a percentage of the army. The rest of them have stayed in Germany and are continuing the fight. It's a Krieg, of course. We still want to move through with them. So that hasn't ended at all. We're just reassigning a few of our lines, making a new army so that we can keep our eye on every part of the battle, I guess you could say. Going, boys. Move faster. Laziness is a one-way trip to the Gulag. So you can see already, enemy making a tremendous push to try and break through our lines here in Austria. And this is why I came here, because I knew this was going to occur. One thing I am going to try to do, and this is very sneaky, but now that the enemy is kind of just pretty new to this region, we can kind of try to cut them off a little bit, do some guerrilla action, and hit them in locations where they're a little weaker. Over here, they don't seem too weak, to be honest with you. Let's keep moving. There we go. Looks like the Mexican opposition, and actually they're led by the Americans. That's embarrassing. Is still fighting. Beautiful. So already we have this German army cut off a bit. And if we could just keep doing that, this is going to go very, very well. No, 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 you stay put. Up here, there's a nice little peninsula of enemy troops near Dresden. And we're a bit weaker here than we are in our other fronts or other areas, but I'm going to grab some troops and see if we can't march downwards and split this army in two. We managed to do it before, and I love how our army fills the gaps. Of course, Berlin is totally under our control. There's no doubt about it. And we're just going to have to keep pushing. Now, the problem is this front is longer than we have men, but we're still going to fight to the very end. And it looks like our attack on Stettin is not doing so well. So I'm actually going to take some of these troops near Dresden and try to hit this Greek unit, push them across the river to Leipzig. And this is something we have to be careful with. Let's take some units here and push back on this area. Take these units and destroy these Dutch troops. You will pay for your transgressions. The great Soviet Union. Let's take a look. Obviously, the Norwegian front, always a problem. This will eventually be what stops us, I believe. This will be the end of the Soviet Union, will be this Norwegian front. It doesn't mean we're not going to stop trying, but it certainly means that each day is going to get harder and harder to stop this. This is what I call our slow-growing cancer. It is slowly growing. It will slowly envelop Moscow. And all we can do is try and slow it down, treat it as best we can. And there you go. You see the troops have taken Moscow. That's the second time the Allies have taken Moscow. So now the actual capital moves to Stalingrad. If they take Stalingrad, we capitulate, I'm pretty sure. And look at this. The Norwegians have even moved up over here. What the hell are they doing over here? I didn't really realize that they took this port too. We just have so many ports, so much landmass here in Russia that it's easy for the units, for the enemy to find new divisions of attack. Despite the fact that we're winning over here in Germany, there's no doubt about it. We're winning on this front. Let's actually do an attack towards Magdeburg. And the enemy is going to counter that by basically crushing us on our own front at home. And the only way we can go and save it is by taking all these armies and going back and trying everything over. So that, of course, restructuring our defensive lines on our own borders. And, of course, then the enemy would cut right through this area, and that would be a problem. Some of our guys are pushing a little fast because some of our guys are getting cut off, overrun. That's not something we want for our men. Well, let's take a look at how the game is going so far. And as you can see, we're getting closer and closer to being able to declare a surrender, which is unfortunately what we're probably going to have to do. You guys can already see the number of troops lost. We finally got the Brits up to nearly 1.5 million. We're going to get them up to 2 million before the end of the war. Make sure that they regret this action. And the good news is our armies are breaking through these Norwegian lines here. So we should be able to cut through pretty soon, cut off a lot of men, and just make our lives a hell of a lot easier. So I'm actually going to provide support over here. And I hope you guys are enjoying the war so far. It continues. I mean, we're now in 1957. Once we get to September of 1957, I believe this war will have been going on for exactly 3 years. So it's actually a short war, but considering the kind of weaponry we have, not so short. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Apparently, we have a national focus. We haven't had this for a while. Let's see. What is it? Is it NKVD primacy? No. New Soviet man? Yes! Allows kamikaze air mission suicide attacks against enemy ships. Yeah, even the game knows that we're getting our ass kicked right now. So that's pretty funny. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. So anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and let's research the new Soviet man. We're going to be doing kamikaze attacks to save Mother Russia from the enemy, of course. And in the meantime, we're just going to try to smash the enemy over here and do our best to stem the flow. As you can see, the enemy's cutting us off back here, too, behind us. So it's pretty soon, it looks like they're going to cut off our entire army. And we're just in a world of crap. So I'm going to take these troops we're using to attack over there, and we're actually going to send them to the east to hopefully destroy this little pocket near Warsaw. See, if I don't stop playing now, I never will. So, got to end this very soon. Move through, boys. This is your territory. Do not forget that. As you can see, a lot of spiking of enemy activity, and that's a problem. But we will fight on. Glory!